Part 7 includes LocoFi on new tracks modeling, June 15th, 2022. Adding LocoFi to my home network. LocoFi for large scales, DC and AC power. A massive update to my website. Useful links are in the description below this video. LocoFi on new tracks modeling. LocoFi team member Piyush Garg was the guest speaker on the New Tracks Modeling YouTube channel on June 15, 2022. This is the most current and the best description of what the LocoFi system is and how it works. It is approximately 40 minutes long and is very well presented. At 14:10 into the video, Piyush notes various ways to link together the Wi-Fi in the decoder to the Android device directly through a local router access point, and for multiple engineers through a local router. This is a graphic showing what he discussed. Adding LocoFi to my home network. LocoFi, with its routers built into the decoders, had worked quite well on the small demo layout. There were very few times when the Galaxy Edge S7 used as a controller and the LocoFi decoder lost connection and the locomotive stopped as it should. It was not a big problem at all, but I did have to reconnect them. On rare occasions, when trying to find the Loco again, the Galaxy Edge S7 would default to my home network and not find the Loco again until I went to the connections setting in the phone again and selected the locomotive's Wi-Fi connection name. I decided to add LocoFi to my home network router. I rewatched the video, LocoFi app, adding Loco to network. Since the locomotives were already networked between the Galaxy Edge S7 and their respective LocoFi decoders, they had to be released from their respective networks before they could be added to my local Wi-Fi network. Following the directions in the video, the addition went well. As noted in the video, patience is a virtue. Once they were on my network and when the locomotives were powered on, their decoders were no longer visible as other networks when looking at the Wi-Fi connections in the Galaxy Edge S7 phone. Important: if I should wish to return to connecting the phone to the LocoFi decoders on board the locomotives, the decoders will have to be released from my home Wi-Fi network first. LocoFi for large scales, DC and AC power. The LocoFi team has posted a how-to on how to use the LocoFi decoders with larger O-scale and G-scale locomotives, which pull more current under load, amps, than the LocoFi decoder allows. The information is located in the LocoFi forum on their website. A massive update to my website. At the beginning of September 2022, my website, A Journey into HO Scale Model Railroading in the 21st Century, had a major update. The update included many corrections and clarifications. The text was simplified, rearranged, and added to give the reader only the information the reader needs to know to convert a Walther's Trainline GP15-1 to dead rail, battery on board, using LocoFi. The extensive table of contents allows the reader to immediately navigate to what he or she believes is the most useful information at that moment, and to revisit that information easily. This shows the beginning of the new table of contents. All of the testing data and mathematical proofs have been archived to make reading through the document, as if it were a book, flow smoothly. An archive was created for those who want to dig deeper and learn more. The derived runtime procedure has been eliminated, and new, prototypical, actual runtime procedures are described for the various battery chemistries that might be used. A few hints for reading my web page on a Windows or Mac computer. Set up the web browser's window size so that it only shows the text as it might be displayed in a book that the reader is physically holding. Zoom the page until the text is comfortable to read. This makes reading much easier, as reading all the way across a wide browser window is difficult because it is not natural to book readers. How I set up my browser screen for reading on my computer. Another hint that might be helpful. Some people might find it useful to have a Chrome, Firefox, or Safari browser read portions of the text that have been highlighted to them. It is easy to get the Safari browser on the Mac to read the highlighted portions of any text, including the Safari browser. Highlight the text, and then either from the file selections at the top of the screen, select Edit, Speech, Start Speaking, or right-click the highlighted text and select Speech, Start Speaking from the drop-down menu. The computer will read the highlighted text. It does not matter whether the text remains highlighted or not. All of the selected text will be read.
Journey into HO-scale model railroading in the 21st century by Ken Myers. Email Ken Purpose. This website was started to document my journey into investigating how the hobby of scale model railroading had evolved since I was last involved, which was over 30 years ago. Why? My main hobby is building, designing, and flying radio-controlled RC airplanes, and for the last 40-plus years, pioneering and promoting the use of electric power for RC fixed-wing model aircraft.
Mac OS users can do the same thing using the Chrome browser, but a Read Aloud, a text-to-speech voice reader extension, can be added to Chrome or Firefox on either the Windows or Mac operating systems. Once voice, speed, pitch, and volume have been selected and tested, the options box can be closed. Select the text to be read by highlighting it. Right-click and choose Read Aloud selected text from the drop-down menu. Again, it does not matter whether or not the text stays highlighted or not. All of the selected text will be read.
A Journey into HO-Scale Model Railroading in the 21st Century by Ken Myers. Email Ken Purpose. This website was started to document my journey into investigating how the hobby of scale model railroading had evolved since I was last involved, which was over 30 years ago. Why? My main hobby is building, designing, and flying radio-controlled RC airplanes, and for the last 40-plus years pioneering and promoting the use of electric power for RC fixed-wing model aircraft.
I suggest that my website should be checked at least on a monthly basis to see what I've learned, relearned, and where I'm going next with this project. My email address is linked at the top of my webpage if you have questions to ask or comments to share.